Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Office Hours with the Professor. I'm your host, William the Professor Collis, and I'm super excited to get into the fourth episode ever of Office Hours because we have just an awesome topic this week, an awesome topic. Let's not wait, let's dive in. Today's topic is the government of Ontario announcing a $1 million scholarship for post-secondary education in esports. And I just want to say, wow, this is totally awesome. I mean, obviously, the professor loves esports scholarship news and news about esports in universities and colleges. But I just think this is such a wonderful step forward for the industry and a great indicator of what is going to come, which is more scholarships and more education dollars flowing into esports. But let's pause that for a second. Let's just unpack what was actually in this news announcement. So first of all, just at a high level, what's going on. As I said, it's $1 million scholarship. It's $1 million Canadian. It's for post-secondary education, and it's allocated over a 2-year period. So it's a large sum of money, but it's not an absolutely enormous amount of money. What I think is really going on here is the government of Ontario is testing. They want to see, okay, gaming and esports is a big industry. It's an industry with probably not necessarily the clearest educational path to qualify for it. What happens if we put a little bit of public money and public funds? And again, I think it's a hugely significant thing here. This is taxpayer dollars being used to fund esports education. I mean, wow, it shows how far we've come as an industry. But I think what Ontario is trying to do here is test. And they're saying, look, if we put some funds in, can we do some work to create a clear educational path into esports and gaming jobs, because they're a big market. And you might say, well, exactly how big of a market are they? Well, it's actually mentioned in this release. The Ontario government says that there are 55,000 esports and gaming related jobs in Canada. 55,000. Wow, that is totally awesome. And so I think they're trying to connect the dots a little bit here. Ontario's saying, wait a minute, we know that there's a huge potential market here. We know it's probably necessarily a little bit difficult to show qualifications for employers or to know how to get educated to enter the industry. Maybe we can solve that with public funds. And again, recall, Ontario already has a pretty solid base of game development and esports companies located there. For example, Ubisoft has an office in Toronto, Ontario. And there's industry already located there that I imagine the Ontario government is looking to spark or further develop with this sort of funding. The other piece that I think is really exciting is, where is this money going? So yes, it's going into games design and development, which is often where you see sort of university roles and dollars going to for esports, because these are technical skills you need to develop to make the games. So yes, that's a component of this. But we also see these funds are allocated for business purposes, for example, marketing. And I think this is really exciting and another trend that we're going to see in the industry. It's no longer just about the technical pipeline into the gaming industry, needing to program, needing to code, etc. It's actually the whole management structure behind esports and gaming that needs talent developed and educated to fill those roles. And I think it's really exciting to see this recognized in the scholarship here, right? It's not just we're going to help get more, people to do nitty-gritty coding. It's actually reaching broader into the business functions that underlie esports and saying, no, these are valuable too, and we're going to support these as well. And, as I said, I think this is the larger trend here is we see esports arriving in education. Scholarships from a provincial government is huge, though. It shows, I think, the importance of the industry as a pipeline. It fits into this broader trend. For example, towards the end of last year, I think we saw Pokemon given esports scholarship. So this space is going to heat up. And I think we're going to see more and more of that as time goes on, because it is really important that people are educated in esports. It does require specialized knowledge and training. And I think first movers to recognize that and build those pipelines will be at a big advantage. Overall, how do I grade this story? What are my thoughts on this? A++, guys. Like, let's be honest. I couldn't give this a higher grade. I know I probably will be criticized of some grade inflation on Office Hours with the Professor. I don't think I've yet to give a grade, I believe, lower than an A. And now I'm giving an A++. So that's what, 105%. That's like full marks and extra credit, whatever. I think this is great for the industry. I think it's great for people in Ontario or people who want to seek education in Ontario. I think it's just an awesome trend marker for us. And I think it just underscores the excitement I have rolling into 2022 for esports. There's just so much happening, and there's so much happening to support people entering the industry. I just couldn't be more excited. Thank you very much for joining this episode of Office Hours. It was great to have you guys here, and I look forward to covering another topic with you next week.